Hey everyone, it's Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time once again for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. As always, we're just going to hit the highlights for this week's upcoming releases because the list is way too long to get into in such a short and concise video. But the good news is, if you'd like to see that full list, all you have to do is head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, look for the link that says Upcoming Vinyl Releases. Click on that and you can check out a PDF that lists everything coming out for the week of the 16th. Now though, let's hit these new releases, and there are quite a few cool new ones coming up for Friday, the 16th of August, 2024. Starting off with a big one crossing genres from Post Malone. His new one is called F1 Trillion, and this is Post Malone's first ever full-length country album. Paving the way with this is his first single, I Had Some Help, with Morgan Wallen. Also on this is a track called Pour Me a Drink featuring Blake Shelton, along with other guests including Tim McGraw, Hank Williams Jr., Dolly Parton is on here, as well as Brad Paisley, Luke Combs, Lainey Wilson, Jelly Roll, and even Chris Stapleton. So F1 Trillion, brand new stuff, country album from Post Malone. There is a standard black vinyl version of this as well as an indie exclusive. Both of them are double LP. And they're coming in a little bit on the hefty side as far as that suggested retail price goes. Looks to be around $45, $46 for each of them. The indie exclusive version of this, by the way, is on green vinyl and comes with a poster according to our description. And given Post Malone's popularity, this may be a good one to make sure you put a pre-order in just to make sure you get a copy. Not certain whether or not they're going to be rationed out by our distributors or not, but you increase your chances of getting it if you do put in that pre-order. Other new stuff scheduled for the 16th, we've got something coming from Father John Misty, a compilation called Greatish Hits. I Followed My Dream, and My Dreams Said to Crawl. That's a fun title. But Great-ish Hits from Father John Misty. The description says that this is called the Loser Edition on clear with blue, green, and purple splatter vinyl, so it could be very, very colorful, cool stuff. This one is the singer-songwriter's career-spanning collection of songs taken from his 5 widely acclaimed albums, running the gamut from 2012's Fear Fun all the way through 2022 in the next 20th century. Double LP on that splatter-colored vinyl, as we mentioned, Father John Misty's Great-ish Hits, I Followed My Dreams, and My Dreams Said to Crawl, coming in at a suggested list price of $35. 2 versions of a brand new one from Foster the People. This is called Paradise State of Mind. The description says that multi-platinum group Foster the People make their eagerly anticipated Atlantic Records debut with this brand new album. This is the band's first new release in over 3 years, by the way. The standard version of this is coming on green colored vinyl that lists for about $25. And there is an indie exclusive version on pink colored vinyl. That one also listing for about $25. And again, Paradise State of Mind, brand new stuff from Foster the People. Here's a new one from the group Falling in Reverse. It's called Popular Monster. This is their first full-length album in over 7 years, and our description calls it an 11-song masterpiece. Now, there is a black vinyl version of this as well as an indie exclusive. The indie exclusive version of Popular Monster is coming on something called Candyland colored vinyl. It's kind of a bluish multicolored swirl. This one also includes a 24-page 4-color booklet that has lyrics and imagery from the band's YouTube trending music videos. It says it's sized for the formats on CD and LP. I would guess that means that they make the pictures look nice. So, Falling in Reverse, Popular Monster, the indie exclusive version of this, coming in at a suggested list price of $31. Cool old stuff, but a new release. This is Woodstock 1969 from 10 Years After. The description says that the Woodstock performance of 10 Years After was, up until that time, their biggest live triumph. They appeared at the festival in 1969 in front of a 500,000-strong audience, and that festival, by the way, was a landmark moment in musical history. You should know this, featuring lots of other great acts of that time. But this release, by the way, is a breakout of just the 10 Years After performance. Lots of cool stuff on here. It is a double LP on kind of a purple swirl-colored vinyl. 10 years after their performance at Woodstock 1969, coming in at a suggested list price of $41. We've also got a lot of cool stuff on the reissue front for the 16th of August, starting off with a Michigan band, Detroit, well, Southfield, Michigan, if you want to get exact. Here's a reissue of Trauma from the band I Prevail. This, by the way, was originally released in 2019. This particular reissue is coming on a limited edition indie exclusive blue colored vinyl and will list for about $25. Here we have a double LP reissue of Human Clay, 25th anniversary by the way, from the band Creed. The description says that it is a double gray smoked vinyl pressing. It's the 25th anniversary expanded edition of Creed's Billboard #1 hit and Diamond certified second studio album. Originally released in 1999, by the way, featuring, of course, the smash hits Higher and What If, and, of course, Arms Wide Open. So Creed's Human Clay, 25th anniversary on that smoke-colored vinyl, double LP listing for about $33. Here's one of those fun Zoetrope picture disc reissues, this one coming from Dirty Heads, and it's Home, Phantoms of Summer, the acoustic sessions, and this is a 10th anniversary edition of that album. And as we mentioned, it's being released on a picture disc, but it's one of those Zoetrope picture discs. So when it spins, you get these little animations that create something very kind of cool to look at. So the Dirty Heads 10th anniversary reissue of Home, Phantoms of Summer, the acoustic sessions, that picture disc Zoetrope vinyl coming in at a suggested list price of $30. Let's go old school kind of drone punk, if you will. Here's a reissue from the band Scientists, and You Get What You Deserve. This one coming on a green colored vinyl, by the way. The description says bad vibes, habits, and breath collide on this 10-song pileup on the freeway to nowhere, melting neo-grunge, swamp rock, and noise punk in a cauldron of drug-addled psychosis. Wow, I cannot say enough about the descriptions we get with these, but this is a fun album regardless. You Get What You Deserve on green-colored vinyl, reissue from Scientists, coming in at a suggested list price of $27. Next up is a reissue of Planet Rock, the album, coming from Africa Bambaataa and Subsonic Force. This is a 180-gram clear vinyl with a 3-color splatter version reissue of this. Planet Rock, the album, is an old-school hip-hop album by Africa Bambaataa and Subsonic Force, originally released in 1986 as a collection of previous singles. Planet Rock, the album from Africa Bambaataa and Subsonic Force, I think I said that right all the way through, listing for about $37. Here we have a pair from A Tribe Called Quest. We've got Low End Theory and Anthology. Low End Theory is being reissued on black vinyl double LP, and our description says that in 1991, A Tribe Called Quest released the Low End Theory, a groundbreaking album that solidified their status as hip-hop legends. Building on jazz-infused sounds of their debut, the album featured sparse grooves and expertly chosen bass samples. So this one, Low End Theory double LP black vinyl from A Tribe Called Quest, coming in at a suggested list price of $39. And then we also have a double LP of Anthology, a compilation which our description says is a perfect way to encapsulate the trio's decade-long career into one manageable portion. So a compilation of some of their best stuff from A Tribe Called Quest. Black vinyl, also double LP Anthology, coming in at a suggested list price of $39. On the Motown side of things, we've got a reissue on red vinyl from the Jackson 5. It is called Get It Together. The description says that this is a limited edition red vinyl LP pressing of the 1973 album containing the original version of their hit Dancing Machine. Get It Together was the 8th studio album by the Jackson 5, and it was released by Motown in September of 1973. So again, this reissue of Get It Together from the Jackson 5 on red colored vinyl. Motown is the label on this, so they're getting a reissue out there. Suggested list price of $30. And finally today, we're going to go a little bit on the extreme with Electric Eyes from the metal band Thor. And this one coming from Deadline Music and Cleopatra Records. Our description, as always, gets fun, saying it's a gift from the metal gods. The unreleased album from metal heroes Thor, recorded in 1979 as a follow-up to their blockbuster debut, Keep the Dogs Away. Never before heard recordings that bridge the gap between Thor's glam rock beginnings and their later evolution into full heavy metal in the early 80s. This one features some original cover art by comic book artist Ken Landgraf, who has worked, by the way, with both DC and Marvel. First time ever available on vinyl. Thor and Electric Eyes on yellow colored vinyl. This one coming in at a suggested list price of $28. And that is a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for Friday, the 16th of August, 2024. If you're local and you see something that you'd like us to pre-order for you, just contact us here at the store and we will take care of that. If you're not, or if you just want to look at the full list, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, you can click on that link that says upcoming vinyl releases and see the entire list. You can also pre-order stuff off of that list with us as well if you so desire. So until next week, this has been Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. Please, if you get a chance, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out all the other great stuff on there, as well as our podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records. We do with Steve Carlson some great stuff as we talk about new releases and old releases and all sorts of stuff in between. So until next time, this has been Jim from Radio Wasteland. As always, thanks for being here. We'll talk to you guys next time.